Opponents get ready to get it on.
No eye contact at all. Almena has to be relieved that all he is fighting is one fighter. What a crowd behind Mark Johnson to help pump him up. Almena has his group over there. Almena, in his just 12th pro fight, went to Thailand to fight for the WBU Flyweight Championship, was behind on all cards through 10 rounds, and won by an 11th round knockout. That's why this young man is so confident. But he is ranked number 27 by the IBF and may not realize what he is getting into. Certainly with the opportunity coming up, cannot pass up a shot at a world championship fight. But as Sean O'Grady said, he's only had 15 pro fights against one of the bona fide, true champions of the world in Mark Johnson. Johnson 32-1. His only defeat came in his second professional fight, a decision, 4 rounds against a local fighter. And since that time, he has swept to 31 straight victories, including the IBF Flyweight Championship. Now, Almena said he's going to stay on the outside, try to use the reach and the jab to set up the champion, the southpaw, for a right hand. Johnson has so many weapons, and he is quick. Look how compact he is. He hasn't even attempted to get inside yet.
His punches were even faster since he saw his heavyweights right before this. He is extremely fast. Too sharp for his punches. He has good hand and foot speed. He's very skilled in the ring. He has an aggressive style. Look how he keeps the pressure on. Angel Almena said that he was going to be an intelligent fighter tonight. Almena says his best punch is the gancho, the left hook to the body, and he could certainly use that to handle some of the speed of Mark Johnson. Johnson keeping that pressure on. Looks spearing with that right jab.
He's 26 years old and has been boxing for 21 years. Yes, started fighting at the age of 5. Dad was a boxing coach at the Elliott Recreational Center in Washington, D.C. And by the time he was 10, he had already won 5 consecutive AAU championships. Junior Olympic champion, 1988. He lost a 3-2 decision in the Olympic semifinals to Ert Griffin. That same year, his brother James was in the other semifinals and lost to Michael Carvajal. Asked what would have happened if both he and James had won and moved into the finals, Johnson said he would have stepped aside for his older brother. 5 years the older.
Oh, come on. Step aside for your older brother. Come on.
Tears flow. He said it now. The opportunity, of course, did not come up.
Wonder what his brother would say.
Please step aside for his younger brother.
No fight. Give him both awards. Well, that's the brotherly thing today. Nice body shots already. You know, in a 12-round fight, you work that body, and it will certainly help you later in this fight. Good opening round.
Mark Johnson comes out for round number 2. And the challenger taking his time. Angel Almena still sitting on the stool, and referee Larry Doggett not appreciating that. He gives him a warning. Just maybe sit out the first few seconds of this second round.
And they also forgot the mouthpiece of Almena.
Almena, 22 years of age, turned pro at 19 in his first 10 fights in Puerto Rico before traveling to the U.S. and Thailand. Flyweights have to fly all over the world. That's why they're called flyweights, to find opponents.
Yeah, not a lot of Americans at this weight division. Many fighters in this division are of Oriental or Mexican descent, and they are quite small. Most of the Americans are heavyweights, or a lot of them middleweights.
Mark Johnson, the first African American to win the flyweight title. And he is moving in. He looks to just dissect the youngster over the course of the 12 rounds, if it goes that far.
I love this weight division because you don't see a lot of knockouts, but you see a lot of the art of the sport, the finesse, You see a lot of action, and that's what Mark Johnson brings into this match with him.
Well, Johnson
on the attack. Look, Johnson doesn't know how to take a backward step. For Almena, I think he would be well served using some uppercuts. So, there's an uppercut from Johnson. Slow Johnson down. Nick Johnson staying out there.
he was cranking inside.
Johnson.
There's not many knockouts. Johnson's 24 KOs in his 32 fights.
Not many knockouts in this division. In the flyweight division, they're not known as knockout artists. However, Johnson is.
Oh, and he is slicing now. His shot's getting in on Almena. Oh, there's the right hand. Almena could be ready to hit the canvas. Got to get that jab going. Got to stay on the outside. This is too close for Almena. Johnson getting right inside. Hard body shot by Johnson. Working every angle, non-stop by the champion.
Got to go start throwing punches. Just a buzzsaw from Johnson. Johnson's all over him.
Almena is right in his corner, hearing it from his people. I don't know how much that is going to help. He may need his people in the ring to keep Johnson off.
And I don't know how much he hears.
But he is hanging in there. All the shots he has taken, he is still standing. Oh, all but the final seconds. Now, you cannot be saved by the bell. He just has to get up to continue this fight. And looks like he will. Just listening for the count. There's the bell to end the round. All Mark Johnson. Now it's round 3. You know Johnson's going to step right on it. As far as Johnson concerned, this fight doesn't get out of the third. Look at the blistering speed of the champion. Bringing the crowd to its feet. Almena game hangs right in there.
Yeah, look at him trying to get the angles, trying to get around on the side. Almena's
nice shots by Almena coming back.
And he's trying to get on the side. See him giving different angles, giving different looks to Johnson.
Dissuading the champion here with some good shots early in the third.
That is very nice and good head movement from Almena. Angel moves over to the side and then he scores. Good work from, look at this. The challenger scoring.
For the moment, slowing down the onrushing champion. Almena looking to buy some time. Long 12 rounds scheduled in this one.
Yeah, long 12 rounds for Almena, but also for Mark Johnson. What a lot of fighters do, and they've learned, and Almena has learned that in his short career, you wait for the other fighter to score well, then he's going to retire, he's going to be honorary, then you come back, and you score well on him. That's what Almena's doing in this round.
Johnson has been dominant in his 4 title fights, 3 of them resulting in KOs.
Oh, well, he is very good. He hits hard, good body puncher. He keeps the attack on, good shape, and he is pouring it on, turning it up a notch. But Almena hanging in there.
Johnson could do it for 12. Johnson won the title, knocking out the defending champ for the count midway in the first round. His first defense, he floored Raul Juarez with body shots in the third, uppercut in the 8th. And then his last defense, he hurt hard-punching Cecilio Espino with every punch, including the jab, and he finally finished him with a barrage of punches in the second round. Now, the challenger here tonight, the young 22-year-old Angel Almena, has taken the champion here into the third round, surviving the barrage late in the second, but Johnson remains in his face despite this comeback bid by the challenger in round 3.
Almena likes this kind of fight. He fought Carlos Gomez back in July of '95, and he said he didn't like the kind of fight that he fought because Gomez was a runner. He prefers when pros stand in front of him like he's getting from Johnson. Said he understood Johnson. He knows he has a big reach. He knows he's a strong guy. He's a good fighter. But he says his plan was just to take it round by round and beat him on the inside. Trying to match punch for punch with Mark Too Sharp Johnson could be a dangerous task.
referee Larry Doggett bringing these two fighters into the center of the ring for round number 4, the IBF World Flyweight Championship. The champ on the right, Mark Johnson, the challenger in the white trunks. Now on the right, Angel Almena, who's won 14 of his 15 professional fights, 9 by knockout. Johnson 32-1 with 24 KOs and on a string of 31 wins in a row. Almena down in the second round in the closing seconds, but rallying early in the third, withstanding the barrage of shots by Mark Johnson. The question is, can he stand up to, as the champ would say, the preponderance of punches over the long haul of this scheduled 12-rounder, because Johnson's going to be in his face throughout.
And the pressure. Look at this from Johnson, up and down. What is this?
Go to your room, says Larry Doggett.
For something. There was 1 point taken away. I'm not quite sure what that's for.
Maybe he'll eventually tell everybody else, and we will find out shortly. The point has been taken away. To whom and for what? Still to come. Halfway through round number 4. Former world champ Tracy Harris Patterson in the main event next week as we venture along on the Tuesday night fights. U.S. Olympic gold medalist David Reed also on the card, and Lawrence Clay Bay, the U.S. Olympian, in just the starters. So packed next week on the Tuesday night fights.
Yeah, great to see these kids back on again. Tracy Harris Patterson we haven't seen for some time. You don't have to look for Mark Johnson. He is right in front of you. Angel Almena wondering what to do to get him off of you. You see more movement, more retreating from Almena this round.
That point was taken away from the champion, Mark Johnson, for a low blow.
Oh, when a fighter like Almena, you're going to land some low blows. You see so much taller than Johnson. Johnson at 5'3", Almena 5'8". Johnson really closing in, turning it up a notch.
That seemed to wobble Almena.
Little wobble there, probing shots. Now's the time.
Oh, really clubbing right by Johnson. And once again, coming on strong at the end of the round. This is where he had Almena down back in the second.
This is experience of Johnson. See him moving in while moving side to side, getting the angle on his opponent, and then scoring. Good work from Johnson.
Tonight we're in Music City, USA, and a couple of flyweights making some music in the ring here in this world title fight IBF version. The champion, Mark Johnson, showing you what the sweet science is all about. And he is on, or in tune here tonight.
Yeah, and showing you why he is a champion, also showing you why he is considered one of the best fighters pound for pound today.
The challenger now backpedaling, has felt the pressure, felt the power of Johnson. Angel Almena, though, has survived that second round knockdown.
And look at this boxing ability. Oh, very good, though. Look at the boxing ability of Almena. He has some good skills, good kid. Tall, slender. He can use that jab well. He's got to bring in some uppercut. He's getting too much pressure from Johnson.
But he is on the defensive in retreat here against the champ.
Yeah, he's got to put some punches together, too. Not the power that the champ has. 14-1, 9 KOs for Almena.
Now, keep in mind, we had mentioned earlier before, Almena's biggest win, he won the WBU Flyweight Championship, but he went to Thailand and was being shut out on the scorecard for the first 10 rounds and came back with a 11th round knockout to win that title. So he has been behind before and rallied.
Who is he fighting over there in Thailand?
It wasn't Mark Johnson. And since you brought it up, I may as well pronounce the name. I'll take the first name. Yat Singh is the first name. Yat Singh. We'll check back with you later. Household name in Thailand.
Of course. He tied one on after the fight.
Luke Ruanamo.
Hey, very impressive.
Like you know.
I could have said anything.
Inside the final minute of round number 5. Johnson with the uppercut follows with that lunging left.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Look at this pressure on his back. This is what makes good fighters really deteriorate in the ring. This pressure. Hitting all angles is Johnson. Look at Johnson. Trying to wrap around to the side of the head. Come underneath, over the top.
Says he's what, a dab of Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Roy Jones, Pernell Whitaker.
I didn't hear any Al Albert in there.
North Shore O'Grady.
What is the matter with
Some
Johnson?
nice dabs in there.
I have to talk to him about that.
And we'll pause for these words from our local cable systems. Mark Johnson trying to play some chin music here on Angel Almena. Challenger, though, resisting. He was down late in the second round, but has come back to stand up to the champion. Champion having some marks around his face as he sat down in between rounds.
Yes, he has. A little swelling underneath the left eye.
Almena getting that jab out, has been consistent with that throughout the fight.
Yeah, he's got some good tools, Almena does. Just a matter of bringing those out, putting those together. Look at those. Good combination from him. And he hits hard.
9 knockouts in his 14 wins. Taking it to the champion there briefly.
Ooh, a left hook from Almena.
Haven't seen much of that tonight, but we do here in the 8th.
Is Johnson tired?
Mark Johnson. Bright kid, in and out of the ring. He went back to Southwest Washington, D.C., where he grew up, opened up 3 businesses for his community. Mark had gone to barbering school. His wife, Samantha, a hairstylist. And they now have a barbershop, a hair salon, and a day spa back in the old neighborhood. Said he's either at the gym or at the businesses. That's where you'll find him. So a man who knows what to do in the ring and also what to do outside of the ring.
Yeah, good for him. Very dedicated man, hardworking. He is very serious and very focused about his career.
Of course, not the mega paydays, even as a world champion, but Mark insisting it's not how much you make, it's how well you invest it. And he's done that very well.
He's invested a lot in this fight. In fact, a lot of punches on the face of Almena. Although Almena coming on at the first part, again, the first part of this 8th round.
Now it's the jab of Johnson, getting it in the face of Almena.
And the jab being thrown with the fist open. He's throwing that jab like that. It may have hurt his hand. May have hurt his right hand.
Slapping, almost a backhand. Getting a look from the referee, Larry Doggett. Nashville says hello to the Tuesday night fight crowd all around the nation. Happy to be here tonight as we move along in this World Championship fight.
We're all happy to be over here and not in the ring with Mark Johnson. Johnson has just been pressuring Almena all night in his face. But Almena coming on the last couple of rounds has been able to score well, except he's faded toward the end of the rounds.
But he's a rubber band man.
Yes, he is. Durable.
Looks like to be right on the edge and then just snaps right back.
Tough kid, too.
And always on the move, Mark Johnson. Has too sharp been that sharp throughout? Certainly was in the first half of this fight.
I think it was early However, he may be suffering from bad hands. He may have a hand problem because his punches certainly have subsided since that opening round. He's not punching with the force or the debilitating power that he had early in this fight. Almena circles around to his right. That is in the power. There's two banged heads right there. That is in the power of Johnson. Johnson, most of his power in that left hand. His best punch is a straight left. When you circle to your right against the left-handed fighters, you run into that power, adding a little bit more force to it. Had he circled to his left, he would move around behind Johnson, and Johnson would have to reset every time that Almena moved around there. See, this way he's moving right into the left hand.
But here we are in the 9th round. You still see the speed, the quickness of Johnson, the hands. Wherever Almena goes, there goes Johnson. It is a nightmare. Almena not a chance to breathe through 9 rounds. One knockdown in the fight. That was late in the second. Almena going down under a barrage. Then a big shot by Johnson. Unable to survive in the closing seconds of the second. Swing and a miss. Almena trying to take advantage. Waved off by Larry Doggett. Even though the gloves touched the canvas. And there may have been contact at the time. But Johnson wheeling from that off-balance position. And not a knockdown, says the referee. Quickly to wave it off. Closing seconds of round number 9. A lot of entertainers here in Nashville, we're finding out. They have been hamming to the cameras all night. And it's great. Great to be here. Great to see all these terrific fight fans. They're having a good time tonight.
Oh, look at this pressure now.
Picking it up and fighting back off of that is Almena. Now, this is the round that he came back to win the WBU Flyweight Championship. Almena, after losing the first 10 rounds to the champion, came back to knock the champ out. Sean will be here shortly with the pronunciation of the Thai fighter in the 11th round. So Almena now moving into the 11th, has to be way behind on the cards to the champion Mark Johnson coming into this 11th round. Again, I'll help you with that first name. Yad Singh was the first name.
Luca Ragno.
And that is spelled how?
That's one word. L-U-K-R-U-A-N-G-M-O. Easy to look at.
Easy for you to say.
Hard to pronounce. Luke, Mr. Luke.
That's why we don't do too many flyweight.
That's the real reason, yes.
Mark Johnson, great.
That's right. I hope he's champion for a long time. It's easy to pronounce. Even Almena is pretty easy to pronounce. Almena. Oh, no wonder it's difficult to pronounce.
Halfway through this 11th.
Those easy champions to pronounce, like Sean O'Grady, huh?
Yeah, where are they?
Where is that? Come on. Make it easy on us announcers.
Well, maybe someday I'll be actually calling a Sean O'Grady fight.
Was there another one out there?
No, they broke the mold. There's only one.
Turning around to the right-handed stance is Johnson.
Changing the subject quickly. Inside the final minute of the 11th.
Good left hook from Almena. Again, Almena has some good weapons. Just getting tagged too much. He's being outpunched in this fight. He's trying.
Mark Johnson just has better,
more weapons.
But to steam off some of these shots now, Johnson, Almena, looking to go the distance, as did Carlos Monroe against Obed Sullivan in our first feature fight. And it will be 11 down and 1 to go.
Busy 11.
It's the 12th and final round in Nashville on Tuesday Night Fights. IBF World Flyweight title. The champion, 32-1, Mark Johnson. On the right, Angel Almena, the young challenger, at 14-1 in the white trunks. And if he is to come up with a miracle as he did in winning the WBU title, he has 3 minutes to do it. And now referee Larry Doggett, a little tidy work done on the glove, tape of the glove of Mark Johnson. And we are ready to rejoin. Remember, 1 point has been taken away from Johnson in this fight for low blow, but that looks to be immaterial. Johnson with the 1 knockdown of Almena, which you just saw in the second round. But Almena has weathered that storm and come back to survive through this 12th. And Johnson on his toes, looking to finish strong.
And Johnson doing a wonderful job of keeping his punches up. Having that warning, you really have to concentrate to bring your punches up and not hit your opponent low.
You can see how crabs run across the sand sideways. Look at the way that Johnson's doing.
Yeah,
the foot movement and just staying with Almena wherever he goes.
There's a lot of spring in his legs.
Quick. Very good. Now just patter.
Yeah, picking them up. You know, just put in the shots. By the 11th and 12th round, in a fight of this nature, you realize you're not going to knock your opponent out. So just try to land as many punches on his face to rack up the points. And that's just what Johnson is trying to do. Just let him have it. Rack him up, and with this pressure, Mark Johnson. Good night for Johnson, but Angel Almena, nothing to be ashamed of. He has hung in there. He's fought. I've not given him any rounds. I called the third round a draw. However, he has tried to fight back. He just hasn't the skill level of a Mark Johnson.
You expect more from Mark Johnson with the billing as one of the pound-for-pound fighters in the world against a young challenger, or is Angel Almena better than you thought?
I had expected more from Mark Johnson. I think he missed a couple of opportunities to knock out Almena. Although Almena's tough, but I think it's up to him to knock out the fighters like Almena. Look at the pressure that he's putting on in this round. I think also it appears as though Johnson has some hurt hands too, and that may be a reason that this fight's going the distance. He has certainly taken the intensity off compared to the power he was using in those first 4 rounds.
And what he has been doing to opponents in his championship fights to this point. But this goes a full 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Robert Exton scores it 119-107. Judge Wayne Peters scores it 119-107. And Judge Bill Clancy scores it 119-107. All to the winner and IBF Flyweight Champion of the World, Mark Too Sharp Johnson.
The near shutout by the champion, Mark Johnson. Remember, he had 1 point taken away for the low blow. And he goes to 33-1, his 4th successful title defense. And that wraps it up from Nashville, Tennessee.
Friday morning, live and exclusive to Fox Sports. The European Cup Winners' Cup gets underway when FA